day, I was walking my irrigation ditches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to walk a couple of them. I had to walk 2 of them, actually. And in both ditches, I found a deer carcass. Not a buck, unfortunately. It was a doe.
That's what you got your leg all propped up for? I was expecting a long story.
No. Just wait, there's more, okay? And then I was going through these trees.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking, cleaning branches out. And then, I look up, and 15 yards in front of me, a moose. A big old cow is standing right in front of me. That was the scariest thing I've done all day. I was checking my back after that, because, moose.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to come at me, they're not going to hesitate to come at me.
Mm-hmm.
They will just come straight at you. So I was freaking out a little bit, but you can't do that or they'll attack you.
Yeah.
You charge them, they'll attack you. So I kind of just waited for it to run away and then went and did my thing. And it was really scary.
Yeah. When was this?
Last week.
Last week?
Yep. Still alive, though.
Yeah, you're here. You survived. Always a good thing when you survive.
Yep.
Day by day. But, well, we're here today amongst lots of things happening in the world. We're still here, folks. Just because the world shuts down doesn't mean we do.
Well, we did for a little while.
We did for a little while, okay. He has a point. We did for a little while, just getting into it, trying to adjust to school and work and
yeah,
different rules throughout the states and country and all that. But we're here, and so we're going to be talking about, as I can imagine, what y'all would guess we're going to talk about, and that's what's going on in the world today. COVID-19. So.
the beer cold.
Yeah. Otherwise known as the coronavirus.
Yep.
It's caused panic, would be what I would say.
A lot. And only half the people, though. Some people don't care.
Yeah, there's different groups taking different stands on it.
Yeah.
But here in Kremling, social distancing is kind of a norm for lots of us. I mean, this didn't really change what I do. I'm still down at the river.
Yeah.
Out in the woods.
I started working more once this
Yeah.
happened. Got a
Yeah.
lot more done around the house.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it has changed a lot of things, but some things it hasn't. Still out shooting stuff and
Still out riding dirt bikes.
working and riding dirt bikes. All social distance activities.
Absolutely.
But some folks aren't as fortunate to have those opportunities as we are. But I mean, I'm grateful we have them. I don't know. For me personally, it's been interesting getting into things, getting used to things. I know we're pretty far into this whole deal happening now, recording this right now, but it was still going on and still new things are coming up every week. School's almost done. Last week of school.
Is this week the last week of school?
This week's the last week.
I was done like 2 weeks ago, but
well, yeah. Yeah. But next week we go turn in all our stuff, so
do you?
yeah. It's last week of learning, I guess. So that'll be nice to have that finished up.
Get her finished up, yeah.
Don't have to worry about it anymore. It wasn't that bad though, honestly. I didn't mind online schooling.
Well, it wasn't very different for me.
Yeah, homeschool, you didn't really.
Yeah,
I mean, homeschool, that's the
I
norm.
sit at a computer all day anyway, so I mean, the only difference is that I didn't have to stop what I was doing to go to public school.
Yeah.
At 2 or
Half
whatever.
and
So
half, kinda. Yeah, I liked it because you could do school where you wanted and when you wanted. You know, I mean, you still had to get work done, but you can kind of do it where and when you want. So that was kind of nice because I know first week I was down at my grandparents'.
That's right.
Branding and
I was
building
supposed to be down
fence.
there.
Yeah. Well, but we went to a Brandon just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
No? Yeah, 2 days
Yeah, it
ago,
was a couple days
Saturday.
That was a good old time.
It was fun to get out there and do that for a little bit. Since, you know, your family one, there's only one, and it's nice to go out and help other people. It's enjoyable. Yeah, I mean, Norm, for you, what's that looking like? I mean, I know not much changed just since you're
Like
homeschooled anyway.
COVID normal? Is
Well,
that
just
what
like
you're
in
talking
general,
about?
how has it affected your life?
Well,
How has it changed things in your life? And
I've learned how to do a lot more things. I picked up a welder for the first time, just because I had nothing better to do, and that was pretty cool. Figured that out, and then just kind of hanging out, you know, starting to get back into the groove of things.
Yeah.
Spending more money than I should. But
Not on toilet paper though, right?
no.
No.
Well, we
Yeah.
did, but that was for toilet paper fort. And then
Very nice.
my room got TP'd for a senior prank,
Man,
which was a little backwards. But
valuable toilet paper.
yeah, like
That's like throwing gold around in
they
your room.
they like threw like 5 rolls in my room. It was a mess.
That's like $1,000 value right there.
I was walking in, I'm like, Kylie, is there a reason my door's closed? No, you're fine. Okay, open my door up. Sure enough, turn around and she's right there with the camera. I was like, are you kidding me? You little rat.
Yeah. Yeah, who would have thought we'd lived in a day and age where giving toilet paper was going to be a birthday present. I gave Ashton some toilet paper as a birthday present.
We pay with the currency of toilet paper.
I was like, I had to fight off several angry customers for this. You better use it wisely. He's like, you can either use it yourself or you can sell it for a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
But, so yeah.
Just been hanging out though.
Yeah.
Not much has changed.
Yeah. Not a whole lot to do, but then again, there wasn't really a whole lot to do.
Exactly. There's enough to do if you know what to do.
Yeah. If you understand what he's saying, it makes sense. But, yeah, we'll talk here. Before we get too far into this, we got some folks we'd like to give a shout out to. They're helping us to expand, and they're helping promote our podcast, which is really great. First one is Bode and Riley. They live down on the eastern plains of Colorado, but they started a fitness page on Instagram. It's at _BR_fitness_. Just inspirational workout posts and stuff like that, and different workouts for men and women. So yeah, go check them out. They're starting up, and really a neat page, and they're helping us with getting the word out of our podcast. We're going to help them get the word out of their page. So that's the first one. Next one, we have Flatlands Field and Fowl. They have a podcast. They're located in Canada. They stumbled across us, and I noticed that they had favorited our podcast. So I was like, shoot, let's give these guys a look. And they got a real neat podcast. They do a lot of hunting up there in Canada. So their Instagram page is at Flatlands Field and Fowl. So go check them out too. They got some neat videos. Lots of stuff with bears and some stuff we do down here, just a little different. So yeah, go check them out. That's all the shout outs I have for today. I don't know, you got anyone you want to recognize in the spotlight? Should ask you way to write it down.
Me. No.
So yeah, today we're just going to talk about, we're going to go into sickness, how it's nothing new. It's been around since the beginning of time, ever since sin was a thing, and that was a thing in the beginning. So we're going to talk about that, and a little bit about lots of things that's on people's mind, like the end of times. That's kind of going around too. People, just stuff people are worrying about. Basically, we want to, give a positive view on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what we got for today. You got anything you want to say before we get into it?
Nope.
All right.
Let's get into it. Start reading.
So, yeah. So, something that I've noticed and have begun to notice more ever since Easter, when we watched the Easter pageant thing. They did the Easter story, acted it out. Was how often Jesus used sickness for good, and how like some of the worst sicknesses he used to kind of
Right.
show how good he was. And because like lots of stories in the Bible, it's like the blind man,
Yeah.
They said, was it his sin or his parents' sin? They thought that because he sinned, that's why he was given that. But Jesus, that's why he was given the disability. Jesus says, he said, no, that's not why. It's that people would see me through that, So Jesus used sickness for good all the time back in the day. So that was something I think we should, not forget, is that it may seem bad, but there's a plan for it.
Right.
I guess, so yeah, we can get into the verses, but lots of these verses will have to do with, what we're talking about. So like, another thing I had marked down was the 12 plagues of Egypt.
Right.
There's some pretty bad things back then, pretty bad sicknesses. I mean, every single one of those plagues was pretty bad. And not just like anything else, that would have, whether it was a ton of people or a small group of people, that would have affected their livelihood like this is affecting ours.
Right.
It would have changed how they did things, all that. So, I mean, it's nothing new, and it's nothing new to God for sure. So here we can go ahead and get in this. So Matthew 8:9. I don't know if it's in there. There should be a section on healing in there, but you can check while I'm finding this. I'm not positive. Let's see. Oh, okay. So what I marked down was, did you find a?
No.
Is there a section on healing or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well I can just go ahead and we can pass the Bible around if you want. Right here, there's one right here. We're gonna advertise these. This is just a Bible. It's a little bit marked. It's got notes and definitions and stuff. I got these to give away for free if you're interested in having one of those. And then again, the Life book. If you're interested in having one of those, let one of us know. Send us a message and we'll figure out a way to get one to you. So you can go ahead and use that. So these verses, it's a big set of verses. I didn't really have a specific one marked down. I just had Matthew chapters 8 through 9. And the reason I wanted to point those out is they're about Jesus healing. Chapter 8, the first 4 verses are about Jesus cleansing a leper.
Right.
Leprosy, if any of you don't know, is when you got blisters and stuff all over you and you're losing fingers and pretty severe.
Pretty gnarly stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much start rotting.
Yeah, it's no bueno. Definitely not something you would want. I'd rather have lots of other things than leprosy.
Coronavirus.
Yeah. But yeah, Jesus cleanses a leper, and that would be pretty. I mean, no cure. There wasn't a cure for leprosy either, so that'd be, or blindness, let alone.
Right.
There's no cure for those kind of things, and those are the ones that he chose to use, because that's literally impossible, doing the impossible. So I'm not gonna read all this because there's a lot, but Matthew chapter 8, if you're looking for something to read, go there. And then down chapter 8 verse 14, Jesus heals many. And then Jesus heals 2 men with demons. Verse 28, healing someone with demons. That's also another pretty big feat, because there's no cure for that either. I mean, if he can heal folks with demons, then you know he's Lord. So,
Right.
Then chapter 9, Jesus heals a paralytic. Jesus heals 2 blind men. A girl restored and a woman healed. It just goes on. So that's he heals a mute man unable to speak. So yeah, that's, if you're looking for something on healing and you need reassurance that Jesus heals, go to Matthew chapter 8 and go through chapter 10. And that'll basically cover a lot of healing stories. But you want to go ahead and pull up. And then chapter 17, verse 14 talks about healing demons too. I had that marked down. Let's see, go ahead and go to Matthew 24, verse 5.
Okay.
We'll save it from the 12 plagues of Egypt, if you're looking to read that. That's Exodus chapter 17, verse 14 through chapter 11. That's the 12 plagues of Egypt. Let's see. So, something I wanted to talk about too, or point out, was that if you haven't heard of Red Rocks Church, that's the one we stream.
Yeah.
They have many locations. The one we watch is located down in Denver, I think.
We watch a couple different ones. Kind of just go back and forth on it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we watched this Red Rocks one, and their message on the virus was just leaning on God as a rock, like having confidence in the storm.
Yep.
Or it wasn't confidence, it was confidence in the chaos. Like just knowing that
It's for a reason.
God's on your side.
Yeah.
That you're in good hands. Here, you want more? Drinking a lemonade today, folks, instead of coffee. It's a little late in the day for coffee.
It's about 50 degrees too warm.
Yeah, it's hot and late.
It was 81 when I left work today.
It was what?
81 degrees when I left work today.
Seriously?
Yep.
That's warm.
It was hot.
Yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, Red Rocks, their message was lean. Just have confidence in the chaos, don't contribute to the chaos, have confidence in the chaos.
When I've heard this said by quite a few people and just on Instagram and stuff like that, and it wasn't even necessarily a Christian post, but it was saying use this time to figure out who you want to be. Use this time that we can't do anything else, we have to just find ourselves in this and trust in God and just figure out what works for us,
Mm-hmm.
We have to just figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I'm really grateful for this podcast, because this is something that we can still reach people through and not have to disobey any laws.
Right.
As fun as that is. No, I'm just kidding. But this is something that we can, reach people through, and not even during times like this. That's another thing that's, I think sets the church apart from anything else. Man, the wind's picking up. Huh?
Yeah.
Is that the church is a business, the church is a business that can continue even with the building shut down.
Right.
Like all these businesses can't continue because they can't, have a bunch of people in the building. But the church
Church is
isn't
a
a building.
people,
Church is people.
not the place.
So even though the governments and all of them are shutting down the church, they ain't
They're
shutting
shutting
down
down
the
a
church.
house.
They're shutting down a building where people gather. They ain't shutting down the church. And that was the thing with Red Rocks is because they can do data on how many people are viewing, and they had like, I don't know, 250,000 screens watching, and behind my screen there's 6 people.
Right.
So if you do that, assuming the average family size 4 or whatever, that's a lot more people than you could ever reach in a building.
Multiply that times 2 for me,
Yeah.
give or take.
Yeah. So yeah, that was, they were saying, how Satan thinks he shut down the church and God, but nope.
Yeah.
So that's something that sets the church apart. Is that you can't stop it with shutting the building down.
Well, and then even using this to heal, using the COVID to heal, it's not even necessarily healing humans per se, but it's healing our planet. They were talking about global warming going down and all that kind of stuff, and there's scientific evidence of it.
Yeah.
So it's doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's helping, like I was talking about earlier, finding yourself, I'm sure it's led people to God.
Mhm. Yeah.
So.
And that, it does. It's not all bad. We don't want to make light of people losing loved ones, and
Right.
it's still a serious thing, but it's happening. So if you dwell on the bad things happening, then
You'll miss the good things.
You're in for a long ride, because it's going on still. But yeah, there is a plan for it. That's nice to be able to know that there's a plan for it. So, actually, you want to change verses? Let's save that one for a little later. You want to go to Psalm 121:7. I have these going along with the Red Rocks message. So we probably better just stay in order as best as we can.
121:7.
121:7.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, this is pretty plain and simple, isn't it?
I think I know what it is.
The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life.
There you go. That's it, huh?
Plain and simple.
Yep. I thought that's what it was.
Yep.
I couldn't remember, but so yeah, that gets straight to the point. I'm trying to find mine. I'm not very good at multitasking. I'm trying to contribute to the conversation and find my verse. Anyway, yeah, straightforward. There's no
Trust in God,
hesitation.
and He will keep you
He'll
safe.
keep your life. Now, life meaning many things.
Eternal
It
life.
doesn't just mean, that's one thing God likes to do is talk in metaphors, and it may not be keeping your physical life,
Right.
keeping your spiritual life. So yeah, and next one I got 2 Thessalonians 3:3. As happened among you. Wait, nope, that's not where I want to start. But the Lord is faithful. He will establish you and guard you against the evil one. So, these verses go along with protection. Just, God will protect you against any evil. That could mean sickness. That could mean anything that's not of God. He'll protect you from it. Because if it's not of God, then it's of the world. If it's of the world, then it's of Satan. There's no, I don't know if your parents ever use this on you, but there's no gray. It's either black or it's white. There's no well, it's kind of okay, but it's not.
You're right.
You know, like, well, is it nice? Well, kind of, you know. There's no
sin.
gray, yeah. It's either this or it's
All
that.
sins are equal.
Yeah. It's either godly or it's not.
Isn't that Timothy?
Huh?
Isn't that Timothy?
I'm down here. I'm not on that one.
I was just making sure.
That's for later. I'm down here, yeah. Another verse. These are ones that I got off of the Red Rock sermon. So
Okay.
Isaiah 54:17. It's basically just talking about how nothing can bring you down. Nothing can hurt your spirit. As long as you have faith in God.
Yep.
Okay, so now we can get into something that's kind of going around with stuff. Is the end of times. Is this it?
It's it. It's gone.
Is this the apocalypse?
Yep. This is it.
That's
We're starting here. I would have preferred zombies, but
that's another
You
thing
know.
that's going to happen. I was hoping for zombies, but
you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
yeah. So, along with the end of times, something that all Christians should be prepared for is persecution. We've been, kind of mentioning it here and there in our episodes. But now, we're going to talk about it. So,
Well, we had kind of talked about this in January when there was nation against nation.
World War III, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we have talked on end times.
Yep.
And then, that was before any of this was even heard of. Now,
Yeah. We have
There's-
sickness now.
there's more contributing to those Bible verses. Another thing has happened.
Yep.
So, yeah, persecution is something, just like sickness, it's been around. And it's going to come. There's gonna, we need to be ready. And I think last episode, I think we talked about last episode, if you deny Christ in front of man, then he will deny you in front of God.
Yep.
But if you acknowledge Christ in front of man, then he too will acknowledge you in front of God and the
I
angels.
think I remember that one.
So that's something to hold on to with going into end times and being a Christian, is that as long as you acknowledge God in front of man, you'll be all right.
Yeah, don't lose your faith just because of the things that are going on.
It's something to go along with not losing your faith is the verse which we also talked about, I believe, is don't fear man, that all they can do is kill your body.
Right.
Fear the one that after you're killed, your body is dead, that has the power to send your soul to hell for eternity.
Yep. It was
That's
just
what
like
you should be.
you talking earlier, saying that this could kill us, but it won't kill us, I mean, it can kill our body that we have here, but it won't kill our soul
Mm-hmm.
and our love for Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. Let's see who that is. Oh. Hello, brother. I'm gonna put that down. We did a thing for Easter. It's it's like Facebook Messenger or whatever. But you do like the video call thing. We did that with all our family to see each other, and now he's trying to sell some of the things he makes on it. He's posting pictures of stick houses that he makes and stuff, trying to sell it. So, anyway, yeah,
Back to it.
Yeah, back to here. Something I wanted to say too is, at this time it's also caused a lot of, what do I do? A lot of boredom, kind of nothing to do. Just sitting around.
Lay there,
Yeah.
staring at the ceiling.
And during this, I've kind of gotten more, I really want to do something for Christ. Like, I want to be doing stuff because, all the Christian conferences and stuff that I was going to this summer, they all got canceled.
Right.
So I'm gonna have a lot of off time. Man, that wind, it's picking up.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, seems to have been doing that recently.
Just in the afternoon.
Just in the afternoon, but anyway, yeah, all my stuff for the summer's gotten canceled, so I'm gonna have a lot of off time. Not sure what to do with myself. Those are things that I look forward to.
Right.
But I really want to, be doing stuff for the kingdom of God, and doing. But I feel like I'm not. There's nothing I can do at this time, Just because you can't do anything at this time, can't go anywhere. I guess. I think that it's important to just be patient.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to do stuff, but sometimes it's best to just wait. Even in this, season of waiting, it's going to stink and seem like you can't do anything for the cause, but
know that it'll end in one way or another.
One way or another, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if you're feeling like that, you're definitely not alone. Everyone feels like that right now. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is that you're not alone. I mean, the entire world is in the same situation. Nothing to do, nothing to do. Just everyone's in the same boat. So, but coming to the end of times, and with this is kind of where I'm wanting to do something, but can't really do something. It's the Great Commission, being out making disciples and spreading the word of God. But it feels like you can't really do that. But
right.
That's why I'm grateful for this, because we can still be doing this.
We can still do it through this, yeah.
And it may not seem as as good as being in person, talking to someone, but we're still doing it. Even if we get one viewer, that's all that matters, because that may be the one that needs it.
Exactly.
But we may get 100 viewers. It all depends. But it's still worth it. Even if no one views, it's still fun talking. So, the Great Commission, if you're looking for that in your Bible, it's Matthew 28, verse 16. You want to pull up Mark 13, verse 32.
Mark what?
13, verse 32.
Maybe.
If not, I can summarize it, but
I got this. Okay. But concerning that day or that hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father.
So that, I want to just talk about that, no need to panic about the end of times, because nobody knows. Like, if someone, like the doomsday, that's been going on for,
that's been years, 20 years
20
probably.
years now, yeah.
Yeah.
May 12th, the world's going to end, go spend a bunch of money. Don't listen to that, because nobody knows.
Right.
Nobody knows that. Nobody knows the day, nobody knows the hour, nobody knows the minute.
I think, he almost, it's like, Undercover Boss.
Mm-hmm.
How they see how their business is run when they don't know that you're the boss of their business.
Yeah.
That's what it is, He's testing us. He doesn't want us to know when it's going to end so we can prepare before it ends. He wants us to already be prepared no matter when it comes.
Yeah, free will. Yeah, that's a good analogy. I like that. Didn't even think about that. Yeah, so don't panic when someone says that the world's ending, because nobody knows.
Yep.
Only Jesus knows. And something that the Bible says will happen too in the end times is false prophets. If someone claims that they're Jesus, they're not. They may say all the right things, do all the right things, act the right way, but
behind closed doors,
nobody knows the day, nobody knows the hour, and Jesus isn't going to come as a prophet again. The Bible says how he's going to come, and that's not it. So if people are telling you stuff, don't fall for it, because only the Lord knows that time. So that's, yeah. Luke 9:62 goes along with what we were talking about. No gray. You
Right.
gotta be all in for the Lord.
Yep.
Luke 12 verse 35. Several times in the Bible it says this. You gotta be ready for the end time. You gotta be ready when that time comes, when the Lord comes, because he comes like a thief in the night. Thieves in the day are hard to catch, even sometimes, but thief at night, you gotta be ready.
Yep.
And it states that several times in the Bible. The Christians, it says they're supposed to be like watchtowers. You gotta prepare people and let them know when it's time to be ready, And we don't know when, we just know it's soon.
We just know we need to be ready.
Yeah. And time is different. Like, you know what I mean? Time for us is different for God. So, it's our job to prepare people. So, that's all the verses we had, I believe. Just some talking points here. This is, just some talking points to go over. We're living in history. That's something I think we should realize, We're going to be in a history book someday.
Yeah, that is true.
We look at textbooks of world wars and civil wars and stuff, and the next history books are going to be about pandemics and coronavirus and stuff. So, we'll be in a history book someday. So, every second we're living in history, but
Right.
still, I think that, like we said earlier at the beginning, is, people are living with fear of the unknown. They want, human nature is to desire to know everything, know how outcomes are going to come. So when
Right.
we don't know, we start to trust people like false prophets that say they have the answers, because, we're so desperate for answers because we don't know. And that's when you just got to keep faith and not give in to that. And not fear, because like God says in the Bible, in the verses we read earlier, he's got our backs.
Yep.
He knows. And like we're going along with patience, everyone's working to find a new normal. No government leaders, nobody knows what they're doing, really. In all honesty, nobody knows what they're doing at this time, because nobody has lived through this.
Right. This is something completely new.
Yeah, for most people in this world. There's still, grandparents that lived through hard times back then, but this is all
This is still
different for this
different.
generation stuff.
Yep.
So, and it's going to be harder for some people more than others. There's people that are being told that their jobs aren't essential. That'd be like slap to the face, like, wow, I'm not even important in society. That'd be upsetting. But, you gotta, it's just new for everyone. It's gonna be hard, but if you keep the faith, you'll make it through.
Mm-hmm.
We all will. Like we said, patience is key
Yes.
to all of this. Let's see. Of a podcast, that was our inspiration, the Unashamed podcast. That Phil Robertson and Jace Robertson, Al Robertson, from the show Duck Dynasty. They, their podcast, they talk about this. They did give pretty good insight on it. So go check that out. And if you know anyone that's worrying about things and they're just stressed or something, and you feel like what you heard today was helpful, tell them to talk to us, or just know that we're here to talk to.
Right. Or even just spread the message yourself.
Yeah.
Say, hey, go watch this podcast, or say, hey, I heard this. Try this out.
Yeah. Yeah. If you find what we say helpful, let others know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what we're trying to do. So, let's see. We're looking, if you're interested in maybe watching a live video of us talking so that we can answer your questions as they come, let us know. Because we'll look into doing that. We're not very good at technology, but we'll do our best for you guys. So, if you'd like to see a live video, so then you can send questions in as we go and we can answer them, and leave a comment, let us know. If there's anything you want us to do, let us know. We'll give it a try.
I'm open.
I can't think of any examples, but if you've seen it done and you want us to do it, send it our way.
Put the idea in our head.
Yeah. We'll give it a try and then maybe upload the video of it happening, depending on how well it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have any questions for us, leave them in the comments, or send us a message. We'll answer them to the best of our ability. Not our ability, we'll answer for him.
Yeah.
So.
Translate the best we can.
Translate the message from up above. So that's all we had for talking sickness today. We can talk about other stuff if you want, or just, we kind of talked about how it's changed our lives already, but
yeah.
Worst, everything goes south. If everything goes south, worst comes to worst, I'm going down to the river.
Yeah.
I can hunt and I can fish, and I think it's really going to teach people, self-independence.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then it's also going to teach people that, life isn't always perfect, especially for people who aren't as fortunate as us. They might think they are, but that live in the middle of the city and can't do anything. They have to stay in their home,
Mm-hmm.
Life isn't perfect, They can't do the things that they normally do. And it's going to show us that, and it's going to show us that there's always another way. It's not all negative, but it'll show us that maybe that wasn't the right path for us, and this is leading us down a better one,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to show some people some things and show us some things, but 'tis the season of change.
Yep.
I guess.
Spring cleaning.
Yeah. Another thing I actually thought we could do is, if you guys would like, we might do it, whether you like it or not. But go do a video of how to survive.
Oh?
I've seen that done by the Robertson guys.
We going camping?
We'll go camp, we'll catch some fish for supper. Got the wood stove.
That works for me.
Shoot, you don't need a wood stove right now, good grief, it's
Yeah.
pretty warm, but if the wind quits, yeah, we may look at doing that. That'd be a good time.
Do some GoPro stuff maybe.
Yeah.
GoPro hunt.
Film some
ride.
hunts, film some
GoPro ride or something.
film some dirt bike rides, film some shooting, some fishing. Just
Living every day.
quarantine activities. So, yeah, we'll look at doing that. But, like I said, it's a season of change. We're gonna give everything a go. It's a season of new hobbies. Anyways, yeah. If you got any questions, anything, want to see anything, like we said, let us know.
We're open to ideas.
Yep. So, thanks for joining us today. And go check out those pages I mentioned at BR Fitness _ before and after the word, and then at Flatlands Field and Foul. Go check those guys out. That's all we have for today. Keep the faith, and see you next time.